it's really, truly an honor to be here with all of you today. And when we talk about upskilling, many people, or we usually tend to think immediately about certifications, learning new tools, learning new technologies. But for me, continuing with the analogy of Linea, my trip began somewhere else. It began with a question. What is my inner compass? And it was not just about what I wanted to achieve, but why I wanted to achieve that in the first place. Because to be honest, after 37 years of my life, now I can be open and vulnerable. And I understood that I was not guided by purpose, but by a wound. And this wound was the need to prove that I'm worthy, the need to be seen, the need to be validated, to be perfect. So that's why I work hard. I push myself and I try to control everything on the way. And yes, from the outside, I was successful. I became professional volleyball player. I won championships. Then I started working in big corporates and I got promotions. I became a leader. But inside, I was often exhausted, frustrated, because no matter how much I was achieving, it never felt like enough until I stopped. And I started listening not to the outside noise, but to the voice inside me. And that's when everything began to shift. Around 6 years ago, I made a bold move. Like Gabor said, I also left my comfort zone and I relocated from Argentina to Latvia. And I took a smaller role in Accenture. It felt like a step back, or maybe 2 step backs. But less than 1 year later, I got promoted and I got the role that I wanted. And you know what? The next year, I was promoted again. And why? Because this time I had clarity. I knew what I wanted, and I wasn't afraid to do those steps that I was lagging behind. And after 3 years in Latvia, or 3 winters, as I like to say, because it's a super cold country, although I love it, I decided to move again. This time, Spain, sunny place. But again, I started in a new role with less responsibilities, kind of a new step back. But after a couple of months, I found myself collaborating directly with senior leadership of my area and being involved in the most important project of the area. And again, it was not just luck. It was because I was stay connected with my compass and I took action. 1 year later, I became a certified trainer in emotional intelligence and mindfulness, 2 topics that I have been practitioner the last 9 years. And today, I'm shaping my role as performance coach and executive coach, little by little. Now think about it. Technology changed, trends change, but as Luca mentioned before, human-centric skills, what about them? Self-awareness, emotional regulation, communication, self-leadership, those are not changing and are part of these top 10 skills needed. So we can understand that real upskilling is not about knowing more. It's about knowing yourself better. It's not just about learning new tools, but developing this inner strength to learn how to use them well. So let me finish with an image. So many times in life, we walk up to a door, we knock politely, and we wait for someone to open it. But let me tell you something from my experience. Most of those doors are not locked. are open, and they are just waiting for you to grab the handle and enter and walk through that room. So next time that you see an opportunity, please don't overthink. Just go and open that door. And yeah, maybe it's not the room that you were envisioning. Maybe it's not the perfect room. But you know what? At least you will be able to learn. And if you learn, you will be able to grow. And that's real upskilling. So if I could leave you with 3 things today, grab pen and paper, please. It would be: know yourself, take action, and be ready to fail. And you know what? Because in this life, there's nothing to lose, but everything to win. Thank you.
Thank you, Nico. Thank you so much for your speech as well, for sharing your story, how it was for you, and also for the opening doors message that you gave to everyone. Thank you so much.